We had been driving by the property for 10 years, virtually every week, and my wife and I continually commented on how beautiful this antique farmhouse was, but how neglected it was. At one point in time, I found myself heading to my office in Orlando, Florida, and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the phone rang, and it was my wife who said she had driven by the property and a for sale sign was going up. Our agent got us on the property the next morning. Much to our surprise, we saw that there was 6 marvelous acres, all unspoiled, that unfolded behind a set of trees in this antique colonial farmhouse, and we just fell in love. We interviewed a number of builders here in Westport. What was important to us was that we find a builder who understood the quality of the build, the simplicity and elegance of the design, the need for the materials and the finish to be high scale, and how to blend the old and the new in a seamless fashion. At the end of the day, the one we felt most comfortable with was Tiefenthaler Construction.
We had an 1870s antique, which we had to restore first. That was done completely and redone, new mechanicals, new finishes inside and out. And then we started the main house. The house has a number of unique features from the old house has geothermal heating, the new house has gas heating was brought in, but mainly the architecture. And the architecture is a reflection of the owner. It's a very clean lined, understated elegance.
Well, for us, it was really important that the original house maintain its integrity, and we were very interested in finding a methodology to build our real house or our main house that didn't look dated and that people would not be able to actually figure out when we built it. So we merchandised a theory behind it, which was the original house was where the family started on the property. In the 1920s, as they became more prosperous, they needed a more formal residence. And so we built this 1920s Georgian-style colonial. And as they expanded in the 1940s, we did a third wing, which is more of a 1940s colonial. That was the premise under which we built the house and designed the house, and we did that with David Mann of Mann Architecture and Decor of New York City.
One of the things that we bring to the table is I understand the architecture. Arnie and Gail loved this property. They wanted to see it developed properly. I take the time to get to know my clients and what sort of things are important to them and what features. How does the house function and how are they going to interact within this house?
The project for us was wonderful. We actually finished under budget, which is very unique, and a month and a half ahead of schedule, which allowed us to spend our first Thanksgiving here, which was really fantastic.